Good morning to a new lesson on English Made Easy channel, the passive voice, the use and the form. Let's start with the use of it. When do we use passive voice? First, when the subject is obvious. As an example, America was discovered in 1492. Of course, we know the subject, Columbus. English is spoken worldwide. By who? Of course, by people. When the object of the action is more important than those who perform the action. Such as, the treasure was found in 2008 by Sarah. The treasure is important here. Another example, the money has been donated by different people. So the money to me is important than who donated it. Another use of the passive voice, when the focus is on the action. It's not important here or unknown who or what is performing the action. Check out this example. My dog was stolen last night. I'm complaining to someone. My dog was stolen to someone. So the stealing of my dog is important. The roof must be repaired as soon as possible. Talking to someone, the roof must be repaired by you or by anyone else. Another use is to disclaim. In other words, to say that you have no responsibility for or knowledge for something that has happened or been done. As an example, the window was broken. It could be the person who broke the window here. So, to show the responsibility, you said this. The computer has been ruined. Maybe you know the person who did it, or you are the person who ruined the computer. Now the form. How do we form a passive sentence? The passive of an active verb is formed by putting the auxiliary verb to be into the same tense of the active verb and adding the past participle of the main verb. So the past participle is very crucial. The object of the active voice becomes the subject in the new sentence. The subject of the active becomes the agent of the passive sentence. The agent can be omitted when it is unknown, unimportant, or obvious from the context. Like English is spoken worldwide. We don't need the agent here. The hospital provides the best possible medical care. Have a look at this diagram. The hospital, the subject becomes the agent in the passive. The verb provides becomes is provided. So verb to be is conjugated in the tense of the verb in the active, which is present simple. The best possible medical care, which is the active object, becomes the passive subject. That's why we start with it. So the sentence in the passive becomes the possible medical care is provided by the hospital. Check out this table. So we have tenses and in the active and in the passive. So present simple, provide is provided, past provided was and were provided, etc. Present continuous is providing, is being provided. So what matters here is the verb to be is conjugated in the tense of the verb in the active plus the past participle of the main verb. Let's do some practice. Have a look at the following sentences. Take a minute. Someone has stolen Kate's new car. You don't know the one who stole it, right? So the object here is Kate's new car. Let's start with that. The verb has stolen, present perfect. We need to add been in the middle. So Kate's car has been stolen. We don't need the agent here. We don't know the subject. They are repeating the house. Where is the object? It's the house. Let's start with it. Which tense is this? Present continuous. So we need to add being in the middle. The house is being repainted. Of course, the main verb becomes the past participle. We must answer all the questions. You know the object? Yes, all the questions. Let's start with it. I'm sorry, there is a mistake here. Must be answered. All questions must be answered. How about when we have the infinitive? With verbs such as say, think, believe, know, show, expect, consider, report, assume, perceive, and other verbs, the passive is formed in two ways. And both of them are correct. Example, people say that mobile phones are harmful to children's health. Can you turn this into passive? So the first way, it is said that mobile phones are harmful to children's health. Or mobile phones are said to be harmful to children's health. Note that both ways are correct. Two object verbs. Some verbs need two objects. When an active voice with two objects is turned into passive, one of the objects becomes the subject and the other one remains an object. Example, he offered me a beautiful bracelet for my wedding. In the passive, it can be, I was offered a beautiful bracelet for my wedding. Or, a beautiful bracelet was offered to me for my wedding. So both sentences here are correct. We choose one of them. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, comment what you think, share the video with your friends, subscribe to get our updates.